Some of my most recent writing, which has gained a bit of attention, has been around whether something is generosity or if it's manipulation. You see, sometimes what may look great on the surface or upon initial consideration turns out to be a little bit less than we expected. I have met, and I'm sure you have too, people who appear to be amazing, accomplished, friendly, and incredibly successful at first glance. But as I spent time with them, I began to realize that they were not quite what they promoted. In fact, they had played fast and easy with the truth. Generosity can be just like that. Someone may give you attention, gifts, surprises, which are delightful. And over time, though, something doesn't appear right, and you may feel pressured into thinking or acting or responding in a certain way because you owe them now. So how do you know when someone is being genuinely generous? In other words, how do I know if someone cares about me or just cares about themselves and is using me? Here are a few things to look out for. Firstly, if there are strings attached, if you're given a gift of any sort but it requires something of you in return, that's not generosity. That is a transaction, which might be okay if everyone in the transaction is fine with it, but don't confuse it with someone being generous to you. If you're unsure, try saying no to the request that is made, either a verbal request or an unsaid expectation, and see what the response is. If they get upset because you're not giving them what they are owed, then that's your answer. Secondly, it's manipulation if it keeps you in a place of vulnerability. Some gifts seem very generous and even may be given in good faith, but the consequences of the gift keep the receiver in a place of vulnerability. The Nestle scandal of the 1970s comes to mind, where there was outrage because it came to light when Nestle had provided free formula to new mothers in hospital in developing country, which is just incredibly generous. So it seems. But after the mothers left hospital, they needed to purchase it. Of course, by this time, the mother's breast milk production had been interrupted due to the formula use, and they had no other option but to find the money to pay for the formula. A gift that seems generous, but kept people in a place of vulnerability instead of empowering them. Number three, if it hurts you. Sometimes it's manipulation if you're receiving a gift that can cause you damage. For example, if someone gave you $1 billion. Can I do that? No, I can't. That's fine. How could that hurt me, you ask? Large amounts of money can create a huge burden, damaging relationships and families, and build significant costs and taxes to manage. I'll take my chances, you say. Well, it didn't work out for a lot of people who've won lotteries. There's a whole list of people who were not ready for a huge amount of money, and it ruined their lives, and it can create huge problems. Most of the time when you receive a gift, it's lovely, but there are times when it turns out to not be generosity at all. Generally, any time a gift that is given that creates a power imbalance is most likely not a generous act.